alignment has transformed my life. And this is one of those things that's made such a profound impact in so many areas of my life. Let me give you a couple examples. The alignment of friends, for example, who you hang out with. A lot of people hang out with people who are no longer aligned with them. They feel a certain obligation. They feel drained by others. And they haven't made decisions based off of alignment. Are these people aligned with who I am and who I'm becoming? Because if they're not, then I need to make some clear decisions about who I hang out with and who I spend time with. That's one area. Alignment of thoughts, emotions, the body, actions. To have that alignment, are my thoughts, my emotions, and my actions aligned? Is there integrity? Am I saying things to others because it sounds good and then living a completely different life? Is there that fragmentation? Is there that split? Is there the misalignment? And before, there was that fragmentation, that misalignment. But then when alignment becomes that sort of North Star, your compass, is this aligned? You hold yourself to a higher standard. You live with integrity because you have that alignment. You value that alignment. You literally can't live out of alignment any longer. Once you start valuing integrity, because that integrity makes it so that you can't think a certain way and then feel a different way and then act a different way than that. That is a split. That is fragmentation. That's misalignment. So if I say I'm going to do something, I follow through. I commit. I do it. If I have a certain insight, I ensure that it's integrated so that it doesn't remain an insight anymore, but through integration, it's now lived. That alignment has helped me in my marriage. Things that are no longer aligned, I clearly communicate so that it doesn't become some quiet resentment that only builds. If something's no longer aligned, something that I used to do, perhaps something to show belonging. I used to do these things because I wanted to belong to my wife's family, or I did these things because I was needy or people pleasing. And then once you outgrow those patterns, you have to align those activities in your marriage and your relationship to your new growth. So then it requires you speaking up. No, I'm not going to be available for that anymore, or I don't want to go to that family trip or whatever it is anymore. And that's then something that you have to stand in. You have to stand in that new alignment firmly. Hold your ground. And that has transformed our marriage in the sense of I'm no longer doing things that I don't feel like doing. And like that, you don't feel that quiet resentment building up. Why am I spending a whole weekend with our family when I don't need to, when I don't want to? Or this is a big investment of my time and I don't really want to invest that much time. So then you start aligning your life with those insights and new growth. The alignment of your values, what you value. If you value, like myself, getting out here in nature, walking, your health, living naturally, well, look, you're in my office right now. This is my office. I used to have an actual physical office where I was renting a space, and I no longer do that because I enjoy this much more. And this is aligned with my values, valuing beautiful Mother Nature, natural living, the fresh air, the sun on my skin, walking, daily movement. That is something that I value. So I align my business with those values. I ensure that my business doesn't compete with those values, but instead is no longer separate from those values, but they actually integrate and embody those values. These simple walk and talk videos guiding you on your path as I simply walk and talk and walk my own path. It's integrated, it's aligned with who I am. Just like the business that I've created, anything that I create, it has to be aligned with my heart. It has to be authentic to me. And if it's not authentic, I don't create it. It's that simple. I have to be all in. It has to be a true reflection of me. Otherwise, I don't create it. When you're creating something, you can use that alignment, you can use that authenticity as your compass. Is this authentic? And make sure that your decisions and your actions are aligned with who you truly are. This ensures that what you're creating feels like you. It ensures that the business that you're building actually reflects who you truly are. When you don't do that, you end up building something for the wrong reasons, and you end up building something that doesn't feel like you. And to build something and invest and pour in endless energy every single day to build something that you then feel like you're trapped in starts feeling like you've built a prison instead of a playground, because that's what it feels like when you're building a authentic business, a business that embodies the values that you have in your heart and reflect who you truly are. It's a playground. You get to experience yourself through that business each and every day. Become something that you want to build, that you want to play in, instead of feeling like it's stress or a headache or a burden. The alignment is seen in so many different ways. My body, for example, that alignment has transformed my body. Instead of only looking through the lens of intensity or extremes, I used to swing from one extreme to the other, have this all or none mindset when it came to my health and fitness. But now it's more about alignment, aligning things, the hips aligning, the spine aligning, the foot aligning, how I walk, where I walk, aligning the body with living naturally. All of that has transformed it. Aligning what I eat with the seasons, when I eat, with the day. All of these different examples regarding my health has changed because of that alignment. The decisions that I make are now decisions that are made through the lens of alignment, looking, checking to see, is this aligned? Yes or no? And it makes those decisions much easier to make each day, because I'm making decisions based on alignment. And like that, it continues to transform my life. Alignment is not something that's one and done. Just like any of these principles, they're not something that you are done with. They're guiding principles that continue to guide you through your life. And alignment is just one of those. And if you're ready to transform your life through alignment, join me in truth. Let's walk this path together.